In this video, we look at the difference between representative and biased samples. It's helpful to review the meaning of these words and how they're used to describe a sample. Returning to the question, each of the following involves a sample. State whether the sample is biased or representative and provide reasoning. Part A. In deciding whether school holidays should be extended by 1 week in December, Mr. Fulliger surveys some students, using all students in Duggan House as his sample. So thinking about the people whom Mr. Fulliger has consulted. And is this Duggan House group biased or representative of all those people who would be affected by a decision to extend the holidays? This sample is biased. That's my first sentence, and here's my reasoning. Students are likely to be in favour of extending the school holidays. The sample doesn't include other relevant stakeholders, so that means other relevant people, such as school staff and parents. So in simply asking students in his survey, Mr. Fulliger has selected a biased sample. Let's look at part B. To understand how many hours of sleep is typical for Nudgee Year 8 students, Mr. Connellan surveys some students. He combines 2 maths classes, 8C and 8D, as his sample. This sample is representative. Well, it's most likely to be representative of the Year 8 population. And here's my reasoning. This is because the students are randomly allocated to math classes, and there's no reason why this sample would favour certain outcomes. So there's no obvious reason why the students in 8C and 8D specifically would have data on sleep patterns that are vastly different from the Year 8 population in any way. Thinking of all the other Year 8 classes, 8A, 8B and so on, I can't think of any reasons why students in 8C and 8D would favour any certain responses. Surveying all 8C and 8D students is a systematic way for Mr. Connellan to obtain data on the Year 8 population. It's easy, it's accessible to him, and it makes sense that the data from this sample is probably going to reflect the greater population in a fair way, and that the data from the sample could be used to make reasonable inferences about the rest of Year 8. That's what makes this sample most likely a representative sample.